Last time we saw Britain stabilize after the Glorious Revolution, trading James II for William and Mary, and a whole lot of Protestant moral panic. But as the toast settled and the new monarchy flexed its authority across Europe, the old Game of Thrones was heating up again. Enter the War of Spanish Succession, a continental power struggle that would shape Britain's trade, territories, and naval dominance for decades. Wars back then were basically the 17th century version of corporate mergers, but with slightly more cannons. In 1701, the death of Charles II of Spain left the throne wide open, and the biggest European powers immediately raised their eyebrows and armies. France wanted its Bourbon cousin on the Spanish throne. Austria wanted Habsburg dominance. Britain wanted one thing, trade and plenty of it. So the stage was set for a 13-year conflict where treaties were signed, armies marched, and European monarchs flexed more than just their diplomatic muscles. It was the ultimate, my cousin's better than your cousin feud, except the cousins happened to have entire armies and a penchant for diplomacy via cannon fire. Britain wasn't just sending soldiers across Europe for glory, they were after Gibraltar, a strategic rock at the mouth of the Mediterranean, controlling trade to the east. Think of it as the ultimate toll booth for the spice trade, except this one came with cannons. The Duke of Marlborough, Britain's military genius, led campaigns on land while the Royal Navy patrolled the seas. Their mission? Keep France from gobbling up Spain's empire and ensure Britain stayed in the trading game. In 1704, Britain, allied with the Dutch, stormed Gibraltar. The fortress resisted, the cannons roared, and the Spanish defenders, bless them, tried everything short of setting the rock on fire. Eventually, Gibraltar fell, giving Britain a strategic chokepoint for centuries to come. Trade routes to the Mediterranean and beyond were now firmly under the Union Jack. It was more than a victory, it was a statement. Britain was no longer a small island, it was a rising maritime empire. By 1713, the Treaty of Utrecht ended hostilities. Britain gained Gibraltar, minor territories in the Americas, and most importantly, enhanced trade privileges. French and Spanish colonies were mapped out, and British merchants were rubbing their hands with glee. The empire was trading coffee, sugar, tobacco, and silk like a global Wall Street, except with more hats and swords. The War of Spanish Succession cemented Britain's status as a trading and naval power. Gibraltar stood as a symbol of this new reach. But while Europe celebrated treaties and trophies, Britain's eyes were already turning eastward to India. The East India Company, a trading behemoth, was poised for expansion. And soon, another clash, this time not with Spain or France, but in the subcontinent, would redefine the empire once again. Spoiler alert, Britain wasn't done collecting colonies like kids collecting marbles. India was next, and the stakes were a little higher than a handful of candy. See you there.